Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Death by Disney podcast. I'm your host, Adam, and I'm on a mission to watch absolutely every Disney movie that's ever been made. Um, I started doing it chronologically, but then I decided that that was the path to madness. So now I'm just picking random movies to review. And this is the Muppets Treasure Island because the Muppets eventually would get purchased by Disney, but this is technically a Disney production. So they funded the production. And it's something that they were doing in the 90s. They were taking production companies that had better ideas and they were giving them money to make movies like Pixar. But that's a story for a different day. The Muppets. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The Muppets are legitimately one of my favorite things from childhood. You know, because there are things that I really, really loved when I was a kid. And, like, for example, Voltron or the Transformers. But you try to watch it now and you're like, wow, that's a lot of cartoon um, violence where they can't actually hit anything, or the story of Voltron is not great. At least the first edition with the lion Voltron and then the car Voltron. But the Muppets is something that can live forever. We could be bees. Sorry, it's my son with that meme from Invincible. Probably nobody gets the reference. But anyway, the Muppets will. I mean, maybe not forever, but it's an evergreen kind of thing. You can go back right now and you can watch the Muppets and you'll love it. Um, if you like the Muppets to begin with. And why wouldn't you? It's the Muppets. Come on. So this movie is from 1996. It stars Tim Curry, Billy Connolly, and Jennifer Saunders. The plot is the Muppets set sail in search of treasure with Jim Hawkins and Long John Silver. So the story is pretty much a recap of the Disney version of Treasure Island, but more maniacal. My son and I watched this Disney inspired Muppet version of Treasure Island, and I have to say I quite enjoyed it. Although, honestly, it's a bit hard for me to be objective about any movie, uh, any Muppet movie or television series. I really like the Muppets, and as I grow older, I understand how much the Muppets have shaped my sense of humor. This movie is not one which will make you laugh all the time, although there was one laugh out moment for me. Instead, this movie is a master of creating little moments that pass by quickly, and when you have a chance to reflect on them, are quite funny. If you are completely new to the world of the Muppets, this movie may actually be a good jumping off point, as the story is familiar enough to allow the Muppets to display their charm. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I didn't mention that in the review, but Tim Curry is great. Just a genius. He's like the best over the top actor you can possibly imagine for a role. Like, he has so many iconic roles. This one in Rocky Horror Picture Show. I think that he was in Home Alone too. You know, just iconic. All right, so during these reviews, I like to give you a my review, some trivia, and then I like to look at reviews that other people have done and kind of interact with them to give you more of a fuller picture of the movie. The trivia basically is a bit sad. So Jim Henson, who started the Muppets, he died in 1990, which is so many years ago now, but this movie came out in 1996. So when they made this, most of the Muppets were there, but Rolf, who is the dog Muppet, he wasn't the one who he didn't make the cut, and the reason is because the people in Jim Henson Productions thought that Ralph was the character that was most like Jim. So they were like, no, we're not going to have him as a mark of respect. So kind of sad but interesting trivia, I'd say. All right, let's talk about the reviews. Let's start with the negative one. And there's no 1 out of 10, there's only 3 out of 10. And this is crazy, this one. 3 out of 10. Anybody have a fresh pillow because Jim Henson is rolling over in his grave? What? Why does he need a fresh pillow for that? I don't know. Anyone with brains knows that Hollywood has never made an honest movie in its life. And Muppet creator Jim Henson's handy relation Brian keeps the BS of Hollywood alive by occupying Jim's position as Muppet movie director just because he's related. A typically claustrophobic Muppet mess, which seems to lack a script, or at least a coherent one. Brian Henson's chopping direction remains a sore spot, accompanied by the usual patented Muppet movie noise and confusion. Tim Curry expectedly overacts as Long John Silver as he looks adequately embarrassed while he does it. Jim Henson was a genius who was responsible for the rise of the Muppet Empire, but that empire should finally fall by disappearing from American movie theaters from good. For shame, sir! How dare you? Matthew Capitano from 2014. What a ridiculous opinion. I know opinions are subjective and I shouldn't be upset by this, but this upsets me. Like, first of all, Jim Henson died in 1990 and he had a production company, which meant all of those people had jobs. So you could either stop the company or not. And I imagine that Brian Henson was somebody who was actively involved in the creation of the Muppets as well. And just because they're related doesn't mean that he can't do a good job. And I think that he did a good job in this movie. But also, maybe it was just to have his name and somebody else did the directing. That's completely possible as well. And what do you mean Hollywood has never made an honest movie in its life? Do you understand fiction? Like, fiction is something that is not real. That is fundamentally not honest. So, in the one hand, yes, Hollywood has never made an honest movie in its life, but, like, I'm sure actually that's not true. I'm sure there are honest movies that Hollywood has made. You know, pretty dark ones or whatever. But the fundamental principle of Hollywood and movie making generally is that it's all fiction, that it's all not honest. And seems to lack a script. Like, come on. And I think that you don't like the Muppets, like patented Muppet movie noise and confusion. And Tim Curry overacting, that's the point. It's great. I hope, Mr. Capitano, you have found your inner child. Because you need it. All right, and for the complete opposite, we have the positive review. Beware of running with scissors or any other pointy objects. Fasten your seatbelts, you're in for an exciting ride. If you want fun, adventure, and laughs, then Muppet Treasure Island is for you. In typical Muppet fashion, Robert Louis Stevenson's... Is it Robert Louis Stevenson? I guess it is Robert Louis Stevenson. Sorry, too French. Treasure Island is retold, Muppet style. All the Muppets play various characters in the tale and are as funny as always. Tim Curry plays Long John Silver and is very funny as the one-legged man. Billy Connolly plays Billy Bones and is funny, albeit the brief role in the beginning of the film. Spoiler, he dies. He dies? And this is supposed to be a kid's movie. That's a quote from the movie. Young Kevin Bishop, who would be about 2 years older than me now, I'm 23, plays Jim Hawkins and interacts well with the Muppets and Long John Silver. If you like the Muppets and love to laugh, then you'll love Muppet Treasure Island. Fun for both kids and adults alike. And that's Irish Lassie, 1982 from 2005. Clearly, I would favor the second opinion rather than the first opinion. But like I said, it's really hard for me to be objective about Muppets. The Muppets, I love them. I love anything in them. Like, maybe that's why I like Talking Animal movies so much. Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, 8 out of 10. I would recommend it. So that's my review. Please leave your review in the comments, or maybe some suggestions for which Disney movie I should check out next. I had a very interesting suggestion that I should do Beauty and the Beast because somebody was unable to finish the watching the live version, and they wondered if the Beast and Belle get together at the end. The story was really funny, so maybe check out the video. Oh, what did he comment that on? I don't know. I don't know. But check out my other videos and you'll find that comment somewhere there. Like and subscribe. And thank you. Talk to you later. Bye bye.